the experiences of these 12 soul lessons experienced in a gradual order. First lesson, first lifetime. Second lesson, second lifetime. Third lesson, third lifetime, all the way down to the 12th lifetime, where all lessons are experienced on earth in a physical body. Okay? The experiences happened in a gradual learning order. Each lesson evolved based upon the previous one, just like in the eras, and which has occurred before it. Each one of these 12 lifetimes on earth had created cardinal and primary soul wounds. All the lessons together created the origin and foundation for the future karma experienced by the souls on earth. With each following incarnation, some of the lessons are chosen to be healed and provide the opportunity to move forward in evolution. So after these 12 primary lessons were learned, the soul wounds occurred, then after that the soul tried to correct. Each lifetime the soul takes three soul wounds to try and heal and complete. Or it heals or it gets worse. So because of consciousness on earth was primarily affected by invasion of the dark creation and interfered with consciousness of humanity, then many lifetimes were experienced with all these variations. So every soul wound may have 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 repetitions with attempts to heal it in body on earth. Usually partially successful, partially not successful. So then comes our life today where we are. These are 12 past lives before birth. Here, birth. Of this life. Is that understood so far? How it happens, yeah? Okay? Now, core fears are attempts to heal soul wounds which got complicated, and a soul wound with its own issues. So core fears happen here in different events. Core fear, which is a soul wound. Yeah? They happen in the middle of the way of karma, accumulate lifetimes attempting healing it, it becomes a medium-sized soul wound on the way of karma after the lessons. So all souls have core fears, medium-sized soul wounds, which are karmatic attempt to heal a soul wound and becomes a soul wound on itself. We learned it on the second course. So the core fears are smaller scale soul wounds that had happened during the attempt to heal and correct the great soul wounds. The core fears are a continuous healing attempt process, forming karma and difficulties that affect the soul life until now. Today, many of the greatest fears have resulted from them. So many people have fears and they don't understand they have a core fear. Even though they learned the one method, they don't realize they are in a core fear. Only when it's resolved, suddenly they smile again. Karma. This phase after the 12 life lessons is karma. Until today, all this is karma. Karma. Karma is not only the law of cause and effect. It's the attempt of the soul to try and heal itself on earth with all the history with it taken into consideration. So all the error lesson wounds, the primary cardinal soul wounds, and the core fears created patterns of attempts to change and correct and heal all these lessons. Due to declining evolution, the evolution went denser and denser, further away from light. The model of reincarnation was formed, causing karma of entire humanity. So all humanity is in a karma situation because It's not only karma between people, one-to-one, you and me. It's also karma in the family, in the couple relationship, karma of tribes, in the nation, karma of nation towards nation during wars, colonialism, imperialism, where nations conquer other nations, create karma. So basically the pattern of karma governs all the evolution of humanity since its original beginning of their lessons on earth. And the karmas are usually affected by the experience, the trauma, and the dark forces keeping it in that place. It's registered in the Akashic records and heavenly courts. And it is humanity's job at this time to clear all that, to be able to come to the new age clean as possible from all that, with the knowledge and experience gained. Yes? You understand? That's why it's so important that humanity get a way to unload all these traumas and negativity off its souls in a big scale, not one by one, 2 or 3 people, and that's it. So we need to do it in a massive scale to help humanity clear all these effects and rise with the new age laws and lights to total different state of being, consciousness and function. So the influence of dynasty is a result of the soul choice to go through the era lessons, earth lessons, and karma, and then the soul chooses a dynasty of from a certain nation on a certain part of this planet, and then it joined the dynasty at least 18 months before conception. At least 18 months before conception, it is with the dynasty. The dynasty has at least 16 souls or more of great-grandparents, grandparents, parents, soul, children, grandchildren. So you have a big group, and also brothers and sisters and uncles and cousins, so you have a big dynasty. So the karma and emotional or mental loads of human relationships formulated beyond bound and tied souls in multi-generational dynasties. I repeat, the karma and loads, the karma loaded human relationships, formulated bound and tied souls in multi-generational dynasties for the possibility to change and correct the karma and the soul wounds. So people go to a certain dynasty to be able to focus their intent in a specific life, to correct all that with the help of the dynasty. Because the dynasty issues will concentrate that for the person and will load him even more that he cannot avoid it. He must look at it and say, oh, why is it like this? And try and figure out and try and correct it. So the soul chooses a dynasty which will concentrate all these lessons that he chose to come with to be able to focus on it, hopefully heal it and clear it, complete and clear it, not circulate it. You understand? So the dynasty choice of the soul is because of the lessons it wants to complete by concentrating the experiences by these people and their consciousness. So emotional, mental, and spiritual loads are energies accumulated, and it's product of religions, cultures, values, beliefs, thoughts, and emotions that are created through the eras, through the cardinal primary incarnations, karma events, family dynasty, interpersonal relationships, international relationships. And these loads are present and layered and absorbed in our spiritual system of the soul, higher soul, earth level soul, spirit and aura, in all the system throughout times, and appears in all aspects of life. Do you understand? It appears in all our aspects of life, everywhere. We have the eras, soul wounds, core fears, karma, dynasty, thoughts, beliefs, emotions, vows, all appear in our life now to be healed and cleared. That is what we're doing here. Awareness and self-consciousness is the beginning stage, and they're the primary step in spiritual development for understanding the inner contents, activating the human being. So when you start with awareness, like NLP, it starts to awaken your awareness of what you have, how you behave, and you start asking, why do I have this? Where does it come from? And then people go and learn family constellation or psychology or other methods to be more aware of how they are. But does it clear all that? Does it clear it? It doesn't clear the energies, the spiritual wounds, the entities, the lost body parts. It gives you knowledge, understanding, and a little bit of emotional freedom, insight to what you have. But it doesn't necessarily remove it totally and clear you. So it's a good beginning of awareness. What do I have inside me for my entire soul? And in the one method you learn it, and you clear it, and you identify it. You get tools, map, lessons, technology, flow sheet, and you do it. So in 1 hour you can clear a whole soul wound. Several era lessons in 1 hour. Not hundreds and thousands of years and repetition. So awareness is the beginning to be aware of what's inside of you. The awareness affects and influences of creation of all life realities, life events, unconscious choices and circled hardships, as well as interpersonal relations in life with other people. All that awareness brings. But does it clear it? Yes or no? Little bit, very little bit. Not all that. Not all that. Psychology deals with the time from birth till today. It doesn't include 18 months before conception. Conception, pregnancy, birth, first year of life, which is all this, 18 months before conception, conception, pregnancy, birth, first year of life, 12 years of life, is the program on your unconscious mind in this life from your dynasty, added to all that. So this is the program, of your life, how you will live your life unconsciously from your dynasty of life. And it is present on all your spiritual levels. And it is from your dynasty, from 18 months before, just before conception. All this is your programmed life for this life, unconscious. And it will govern your life, choices, events, and how you act unconsciously. And what governs the repetition of times of when these concepts appear in your life is by the lessons. So the lessons, if it is the third era or the third soul wound, it will appear every 3 years, 3 months, 3, 6, 9, 12, every 3, it will reappear as a cycle in your life because of the soul wounds and the eras. Or sometimes even the first 12 lifetimes before this birth. That also can indicate repetition of a number. If it is your, let's say, 4th lifetime before birth, maybe you will repeat every 4 weeks, 4 months, 4 years, 8 years, 16 years, etc. Repetition of events of karma in your life again and again and again. So, these lessons up to birth governs all your soul's history from 18 months before conception. It's the programming of the soul for this life by the dynasty added to all that karma. Yes?
Can you repeat that?
Wait. I will repeat it. All the history of eras, soul wounds, karma, and 12 latest lifetimes before birth govern all you have totally in your soul. And you bring it to this life. All of it. But your soul chooses 3 soul wounds to complete in this lifetime. 3. Remember? 3 out of these 12 soul wounds are chosen in this lifetime to complete, hopefully. But it is the karma, generally, that you have to learn and complete. How? Through the program of life added to your karma from your dynasty. The dynasty, your forefathers' consciousness, 18 months before gestation, before conception. Starting until 12 years, when the aura finishes developing. All that consists of the program of your life, unconscious, governs your evolution in life and progress effect everywhere. Health, finances, housing, relationships, family dynamics, everything is governed by your dynasty. Starting 18 months before conception in this life. Until age 12, it is set. After that, it is a repetition based on these lessons. You understand how it happens in your life? Very important to understand it. And we need to heal not only the family constellation, or not only awareness of patterns, but to clear it from our soul bodies, spirit bodies, aura bodies, all that, and our divine soul and ultimate soul from the dynasty, as well as all that karma. Why? Because it makes us uncomfortable in this life. It causes misery, all these wounds. And the soul wants to heal it. It doesn't want to stay with it because there is a new era coming. The new era didn't come, it is here. From 2012, we're in the new era, number 13. We didn't die and come back. We're in this body still in a new era, in the shift of 2 eras. It's a great privilege. It's a wonderful privilege. So many souls want to come to experience this new era. It's a great grace. The era of Aquarius. Before it was the era of Capricorn. Hardships. Now the era of Aquarius. Started 2012. So the laws of this era is different. And it is required for all the souls to dump and heal all that, so it can be clean from all these negativities of having to deal with duality, opposition, and conflicts, light and dark. The universe is turning back all darkness, all creation of darkness back into the light. By the way, it's part of my duties to help to transform the universes, their dwellers, back into the light. It is ordained by the Creator that all darkness creation from eras, when He divided creation into light and darkness, will turn back into light like it was before it was divided, to unity of light for all creation. But how can we do it if we have all the darkness on us, in us? So we need to clear it out. So if we are in the 13th era, which is an era of light, era of enlightenment and growth and development by positive experiences, not by hardship and not by karma. We have to erase it. So, in 1987, in the harmonic convergence, it was chosen that humanity will join the new era and will start to work on preparing it for that process. So, in 1987, there were three things that humanity was given as privilege to help humanity in other planets and civilizations which went down through the evolution and creation of the 12th era, down and down and down with darkness, to be helped to be brought back into enlightenment and spiritual growth. And that is to erase karma at the books and of the soul, to activate the spiritual DNA. I'm repeating this, I talked to you about it before. The last thing is to connect the divine soul and Godhood soul back into the earth dimensions of all the 5 worlds of creation and to the body for higher spiritual consciousness. And we're doing it in this course now. Clearing the era lessons and reconnecting our divine Godhood soul back into our body, spirit, emotional, mental, spiritual soul. Okay, so what did I tell you here? During the process of movement towards the new era, with new energies and spiritual laws, some changes must occur. The removal of souls from karma cycle, the correction of era incarnation wounds, and connection to the 12 DNA strands are occurring. The old heavy human consciousness that burdened souls is now released from all ancient contents. It allows the souls to move forward to an existence in the law, in the new energy, and assimilation of the frequency of the new era.